take words for an example, right? Like I told you guys before, you got symbols, you got letters. Letters are nothing but symbols. You put the letters together, you put the symbols together, and they create a sigil. Try to speed this up. You put the symbols together, they create a sigil. Sigils harness magic. They're actual emblems and symbols that represent certain aspects of different magic, right? So if you don't know what these symbols are and you're putting them together, you're harnessing certain energetic signatures that may actually have deeper meanings and can manifest in ways that you're not privy to understanding, because you probably don't even believe in magic. So that's partly why it works on you, right? So let's even look at language, right? You got the word witch in there. See what I'm saying? Like language. You know what I mean? When you put the symbols together, you're spelling. You know what I mean? Like, it's all there for you. Like the etymology, the science, it's literally all there for you. I'm not making this stuff up, people. It's there for you. You know what I mean? Like something as basic as the government, right? But what does the government do? You separate the word. Ment is short for mental, mentality. You feel me? So what does the government do? It governs your mentality. It governs your mental. Your mind is now under their control. You think that's a coincidence? There are none. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. Element, right? You look, oh, the element is fire, water, air, earth, like whatever. And to some people, love is the fifth one, right? But those are elements. And El is Hebrew for God. And Elohim is the plural version of God. So it's plural, it's the plurality of gods. So when you're looking at elements, each element represents a god. That's why you have the Elohim, the Elohim, the Elohim, the Elohim, elemental, element. It's the gods governing your mental. It's all those things that are comprised into making something work for the betterment of whatever is responsible for the signature that was created. I know it sounds crazy, but nothing is crazy. Like, if you could think of it, it's already out there. You know what I mean? It's not new. Nothing is new under the sun. You heard Nas say there's nothing new under the sun. There's a reason why that is a phrase. You know what I mean? Nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? Especially like when you think about, not to get off the beaten path, but like the rays that come off the sun, in which most melanated people receive their information, are from the rays of the sun. That's why when there's no sun, we're in a gloomy state. We're not as vibrant, we're not as radiant, we're not as energetic, we're not as excited, because we're solar people. You know what I mean? We have to have sunlight. That's what is our driving force. That's what gives energy or sends a current through into our spirit and into our soul for us to operate at our optimum. You know what I mean? Like I said before in another video, you guys got to bear with me, because sometimes I'll stumble over my words because my mind actually moves faster than the words can come out. So that's just me playing catch up. But with that being said, the angles of the sun, that's angels. You see what I'm saying? It's a play on the words. Angles, angels, like the angels came down. We are extensions. Nothing's new under the sun, because we are extensions of that solar power. Those rays are connected directly to us. We're connected to it. You know what I mean? Those are our angels. Like, it comes down to us to save us. So we save ourselves. Like, by saving you, you save everyone. It's just crazy, like the way it all works. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you just got to be careful. Like, don't use the word try. Like, never use the word try, because you're already setting yourself up for failure. When you say, oh, I tried that, or I'm going to try, you're already creating a plan B. I heard Will Smith say, only have a plan A, never have a plan B. So when you say try, you're basically telling yourself this is your plan B. You know you're going to fail. So you're already setting yourself up by saying try. So you should try to replace the word try with strive. Strive to do things. You know what I mean? Or actually will them, manifest them. Say that they are popping. Say that it is. Don't say that it's a possibility. Say that it's already done. You know what I mean? Like, that's the power we have. We have to really, really change how we say, how we use, and how we move. You know what I mean? We have to change this whole thing around. This is why I have this channel, Enter Beyond the Box. Put all the words together for you to find me. You know what I mean? You have to do that, because if you don't put all the words together, you're going to end up bumping into some other guy's channel that's called Beyond the Box. And I'm not even positive what his content is about, because I didn't check for it, but I know it's not this. So make sure if you're looking for my content on YouTube, put all the words together so you can find it. But yeah, we got to be cautious about the words, like praying. Like, I get people believe in God and they want to pray and all that stuff, and I'm not going to take that away from them, because whatever works for you works for you. However, what do you know pray to be? Pray is, when you're you're in a vulnerable state. And when you pray, what do? You get on your knees. And who can you beat? And how can you defend yourself on your knees if you're on your knees? And I know it's spelled differently. They replaced the E with the A. But they could have chose a whole different word, but they didn't. They call it pray. Praying. You know what I mean? So now you're either prey or predator. And if you're praying, you become vulnerable and you're on your knees. And now you can't fight back. You follow me? You have no idea what you've opened yourself up to become susceptible to whatever forces are out there that you don't believe in. So if you guys don't believe in magic and you're out there praying and doing all this other stuff, you don't even know what's taking over your body and taking control over you. You're just giving everything you are to an outside force that you're not familiar with. When you have to tap into that outside force and realize that outside force is really your inside force, and your inside force is really your outside force. As within, so without. As above, so below. That's how that whole thing works. You know what I mean? There's nothing of power stronger than us but us. Like, it's all a reflection of us. Like, everyone around you is a reflection of you. Anybody that's not around you, that once was around you, is not around you no more, because you've evolved and your auric field has changed, and it now repels the energies that no longer serve you. So be cautious and be careful out there, people. Protect yourselves. You protect yourselves with the mind. Arm yourself with your mind. Arm yourself with your awareness. Arm yourself with your third eye. Open it up. Stop calcifying your pineal gland. Look into that. A lot of us were born with our pineal glands fully activated. And over time, when we're using fluoride and sodium and putting all this stuff into our body, we calcify it. And now it doesn't vibrate. And now it's not active. And now we can't connect to that greater consciousness that is really us. You know what I mean? Like, everyone around you is a variation of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, when something happens to you, or I should say, let me not say it like that. When you got somebody around you and they're just irking you and they're getting on your nerves, look really, really at that. And I bet you, the very thing that you're disturbed about is an aspect of yourself. You may not notice it right away because it's irking you in the moment. But in that moment, instead of being irked, analyze it. Really, really look at that and say, yo, do I act like that? Do I have those characteristics? Is that me? And 9 times out of 10, you'll realize that that's you. And then once you recognize that, once you come into that awareness and once you come into that light, is the moment you could either absorb that lower frequency or choose to be in denial and not recognize that as another aspect of yourself. But what I do when I get rubbed the wrong way, I immediately analyze the situation and put a positive out of the negative. And 9 times out of 10, I realize that's an aspect of myself. So now what I do is, now that I come into that awareness and I recognize that, it's a lower vibration. So I absorb that lower vibration. And when I absorb that lower vibration, it actually gives height to a greater vibration. You know what I mean? And when those aspects happen, or when those characteristics or those traits show up, they no longer bother me, because I absorbed that. I ate it. See what I'm saying? I popped that, boop, out of here. It's done. You know what I mean? So you have to do that. Don't let what's going on around you become you. You know what I mean? Like, what a man thinketh, he becometh. So if you're allowing these energies to become you, then you become that, and then you become your own worst enemy. You know what I mean? So that's where we at with it. And I know it seems like I got off the beaten path, but all that is connected. All of that is unison. You know what I mean? The uni sun. There it goes again. one sun. You know what I mean? Like unison, bringing it all together. And what is the sun? You know, in theory, the sun was the son of God, right? So when you bring that one into that concept or into that construct or into that union, you now have yourself back and you're one with self by being unison, being one. You know what I mean? Being one with the sun, one with the sun. You see what I'm saying? How that works? Like, it's crazy. Even the universe thing, like I told you, you know, that's just you inverse. Like, the universe doesn't exist out there. That's the cosmos. The universe is this. The universe is you inversed. That's you. They keep telling you to look out there. Like, that's not it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the people that tell you to look out there are the people that haven't been on the planet long enough. They've only been on the planet for 6,000 years. Don't let people who just got here tell people who have been embedded in this thing for eons. You know what I mean? Like, we have the genetic code. We have the intuit knowing. You know what I mean? We have a connection. Like, stop cutting your hair and doing weird shit. Stop trying to become the others. That's what I'll call those, because people like to put a color on them and they come in all forms. So stop trying to become the others. You know what I mean? Be yourself. Embrace yourself. Know who you are. Do your history. Do the knowledge. You know what I mean? Understand what's going on around us. If you guys ever watched what's that shit called? What's it called? Supernatural, I think it's called, with Sam and Dean, and they run around killing monsters and shit. They use sigils in there.